All right, guys, welcome back to Small's Family Reactions, Andor episodes 4, 5, and 6. First arc was amazing.
No.
Yeah.
I think the only thing if you guys can chime in, the only thing that I would really just say about those episodes last week, on top of the acting, the cinematography, that Chandrillin wedding was awesome, the costumes.
Is it? I had a question about that.
Okay,
Did
let's
they
see
actually
Get
do
married?
their vows and get married, or is that to come?
No, they did.
The
Like
wedding,
the,
wasn't it?
I mean, they never said any. I guess they don't say vows.
They did, sort of.
Yeah,
Though, didn't
I
they?
think they.
They
Yeah.
like walked around this.
Yeah, they walked around.
And he cut her braid.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, and
That's
they
kind of
didn't. They didn't do the traditional wedding
Well,
kiss.
this isn't traditional.
This is on Chandrilla, which is a long time ago in a galaxy far,
Yeah.
far away.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't even kiss.
Well, he wouldn't hold her hand. I doubt he's going to kiss
Right.
her. So,
He chopped her hair off, though.
or she's crying because he wouldn't hold her hand. He's such a child.
Yeah, probably not ready for a kiss either. Yes.
Well, that was before the wedding.
That was before the wedding. Now they can hold hands.
Yeah.
All right. I thought that was amazing. But what I'll take from that whole thing is that whole arc is the cost of the rebellion and the cost of the Empire's oppression on the galaxy. We saw that full force, both in the discussions about Gorman, which we're going to very likely see in upcoming episodes, and individually, like what we saw with Bix and Brasso, and it's costing Andor, which we hear in Rogue One. He says the rebellion has cost him everything, and I think that's where this series is going to take us. We're going to see the cost. Yeah,
People losing.
this is not child's play. This is serious stuff, and
This is reality, Greg.
yeah.
Who's Greg?
E.T.
E.T. Yes.
Phone home.
Phone. That's a great reference. And I think what's going to happen is, well, I already know this is going to happen. When you watch A New Hope and you watch Luke blow up the Death Star, we're all going to cheer just a little bit louder. And when the rebels finally defeat the Empire in Return of the Jedi, we're going to cheer a little bit louder. And while I love the fantastical side of Star Wars, I love the fantasy, and I love the Force and the Jedi and lightsabers, and that will always be like core Star Wars to me. I still like being able to see everyday people dealing with the oppression of an evil empire. And that's what the show is about.
My favorite part are the relationships.
Absolutely, yeah.
Just the family and
Right.
and
Yes.
that's the part I get into more.
Sure.
Like I wonder if they'll ever go into the backstory of what happened with Bix and Andor, because obviously they
Have a
had
history.
been in a relationship.
I think they have a future too. I think in the trailers we saw some stuff. So
Right, and then it makes me think something happens to her because he ends up falling
he says,
for Jen.
well, he says that rebellion has cost him everything. So,
So something happens to her. Is my
I
thought.
think it's a safe prediction to think that there are more losses coming along the way. So,
Yeah.
But the cool part is that we're going to see, at some point, we're going to see Saw Gerrera. Can't wait for him to show up. We're going to see K2SO. We'll see how Andor meets, how Cassian meets K2SO. That's going to be a whole lot of fun. All right, so we are up to episode 4, 5, and 6. I'll put these out as individual reactions for each episode, just like we did for the first 3. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and do so now, and be sure to give us a thumbs up if you're enjoying this reaction. Leave your comments down below. I'm sure you don't have any. There's no opinions when it comes to Andor and this type of Star Wars. Everybody's in agreement, right? Okay. So, yeah, I joke. So, but here we go. Episode Andor season 2, episode 4. Right now, yes, tongue twisted.
Woman will be yours to run as you wish. You're only answer to Krennic
I still think
or anything but
Dedra
silence.
has the possibility to flip. I'm gonna stick to my theory, but I think she's dedicated more
I
than
never
she's.
saw the two of them getting together. I mean, I know they're
Yeah.
obviously they are, but
Well, they're funny. I think one of them will flip, and there's going to be contention between them for that reason. But I think, I think Dedra.
They didn't lead on to that in the interviews we saw with them.
No.
Not like we saw a lot
Well,
of
I
interviews,
don't think
but
they would give it away. So
I love that music.
yeah. And Brasso. I liked how people in the comments said he's worthy of the stone. That was remember Marva got the stone. Good comments, worthy of the stone. I hated that. Still,
Yeah.
he was one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Intriguing music playing.
Intriguing.
I'm intrigued. 1
year later.
later.
That's right.
3 years before the Battle of Yavin. Ever been to Gorman is the name of the episode. All right, we're jumping into the Gorman stuff. Man, Bix has been through it. I mean,
Yeah.
she's been through it.
She's had a lot of trauma lately.
Where are they?
Right, and what is that noise?
Remember the other episode?
And why was she in bed
Episode,
with
the first
Andor?
episode of the series started with her having a nightmare.
Yes.
Oh, there you are.
Oh, see, she's doing it again.
Another nightmare.
Yep. Told me everything.
Everyone has their own rebellion. Right?
Wow. She's sleepwalking. Wow.
Just being home, here, whatever this place is, whatever relax.
Did they say where they are? I don't think they did. Someplace
Yeah,
city.
where are they?
It looks-
They're in a new house?
Well, it's a city. I wonder
And
if
they're
it's.
together?
I wonder if it's Coruscant.
It's a year later.
Well, I know, but
Sweet. Gorman. With the spiders. And the calcite.
Gorman.
Gorman.
And
Yeah, we'll
that's
see
where
if they're
Cyril
still together.
and
Yes, Krennic wanted Dedra to take over the Gorman stuff. This whimsical music.
I love it. The arch.
So a year's gone by in Gorman. I wonder what progress they've made with this. This is very
Kind of Mary
rush.
Poppins. It's a Mary Poppins
Yeah,
feel
a little
too,
bit of that,
though.
yeah.
With the pigeons or birds, whatever birds those are. Star
That-
Wars birds.
Don't worry.
Feed the birds.
It's an Imperial signal. It should be fine.
He's talking to his mom.
Office?
Requesting a transfer, I hope.
I like it here.
Think Gorman was a promotion.
His advice is always uplifting.
I was gonna say, is he even talking?
Giving this
It must be.
He's
They're like, yeah,
remembering,
yeah.
I'm in charge here, Mother.
They put you on the shelf, Cyril. You've been
So he's not talking while he's walking. Like he doesn't have a headset on.
In charge.
No, he's
He's,
just
they're,
as Coruscant. You were here.
she's literally got a hair thing.
I'm trying for a desk at head.
Oh man.
Those desks.
You were here, Cyril. You'd found a woman and
And curlers.
take a life with you. Walk away. A respectable career
I don't think George Lucas would be happy about curlers in space.
thrown away. And
I'm just kidding.
a field office on Gorman.
I'm assuming you won't be visiting.
They won't go. Gorman? My opinions were well established before you relocated.
These are decent people.
Uncle Harlow used to wear nothing but Gorman twill. Who wouldn't if you could afford it? But the attitude, the arrogance,
Oh wow.
those holodrops, this mockery of Emperor Palpatine. You must have seen them. How could you not? Scandalous.
It's propaganda.
Your gullibility is breathtaking.
All this anti-Gormanism, it's not just talk. People are getting hurt.
They'll be choking down loyalty oaths next week just to keep their jobs.
I feel safer already.
I wonder. See, now this is implying
See what I see.
he could flip.
Hardly a threat to the Empire.
Oh, this is interesting.
I have spiders to count.
Same time next week.
Uh-oh. So he's
Well, didn't
He
he say
dumped
him at
it.
first though?
okay.
Or-
He's just been assigned that he doesn't know the inner workings of what's happening in the Empire. He wasn't part of that group that Dedra's part of.
Yeah.
Different individuals.
It sounds like him and Dedra are not
Same time.
together anymore.
no. Sounds like he dumped her.
Coruscant's looking a little grungy.
Hey, let me see the bag. We're fine. Let me see the bag.
So they are on Coruscant.
Are those musky peppers?
Extra hot.
My husband wants a taste.
Is he strong enough?
What do you want? You're right.
You're not a tourist. There's a candy inside with information on the wrapper.
About what?
There's a meeting. You should come. You have the address.
Cyril's gonna be the one. He cares about those Gormans, and the Empire's destroying the planet. But he doesn't know that, or he doesn't know what Dedra knows.
Who's Cyril?
You ever think about that?
No one's been here while we were gone.
We should see if we can leave stuff. Or to keep coming back.
Was it like an Airbnb?
We're in a war. Not everybody knows it yet, but it's happening. People die.
I wonder if he knew.
Well, he does now.
Wow.
He was a soldier. He was a threat. He was an imperial threat. It had to be done.
So I wonder how he ended up on there, because he had to have been with Dedra to end up there, and I'm curious to see if she's there or.
Right. Well, surely they're gonna show her at some point.
Yeah. Because the whole
maybe we'll
reason,
find out.
the whole reason he's there is because of her. Has to be.
Well, the mother just said he basically dumped her.
I didn't hear that part.
Yeah.
Okay.
You had a girl that was going to give you everything, and you just left her. And
Yeah, you were in a relationship, and
yeah, you had a relationship.
Interesting.
had all these things going for you, and
It's good.
It's raining a lot on Coruscant.
Prized.
The Empire, from what I remember,
I'm not
at least in the books, they control the weather on Coruscant.
We're safe here. I know it's not what we want, but so safe.
And why are we being so paranoid?
Just trying to protect us.
You mean me?
What's so wrong about that?
It's warping things.
I don't want to lose you again.
That's not up to us anymore. You can't protect me. Doing this, living like this, mission after mission. It's a war, and you keep saying it is, and I know that you're right. But if it's a war, it's not up to us what we save, what we lose. I love you, and I regret every second that we didn't spend together, but I'm trying not to count on anything anymore.
What am I messing up?
I can handle more than you think.
Which is why you're awake every other night.
I'm not Marva. I'm not your sister.
Wow.
Handle it.
What am I messing up?
You didn't kill that boy because we're at war. You killed him because he saw my face.
What's the difference?
I don't know. I want to win.
that'll be on the recording.
Sure, we'll put that in there. Hey, it's raining on Coruscant and it's thundering here. Thundering here.
It's like we're on Coruscant.
I actually thought it was the.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. And I felt the floor, and I was like, "Oh, that's
That's us.
that's us."
It's so crazy that he ended up on Gorman. Watching pod racing. Sweet.
2 hours clearance.
Take 5 minutes.
When authorized. I have a presentation with Sector Committee tomorrow morning. I left my notes on my desk like an idiot. I have to have them.
Or I can tell you where they are.
Cyril being sneaky. Hey, it's a Zumba. Is that what they're called?
A Roomba.
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 Zumba. I don't know what it's called.
Or like the one we had, a Yuffie.
Okay.
There she is.
And she's on Coruscant.
There's the X.
This is interesting. I don't think she's the X. She's not the X.
I don't have much time.
Sorry. Tell me.
They made contact. I've been invited to a meeting.
A meeting with who?
I don't know. It's public. It's a town.
Okay.
It's them. It's Gorman front, I know.
They're in on it together.
I told you I was being watched. They
He's doing it on purpose.
comms. I assume I'm being followed.
That's why he's saying the stuff he's saying on the phone. That's crazy.
It has to be them. Who else could it be?
Well, let's wait and see what happens.
Oh, I thought you'd want a brief podcast.
No. You'll want more than that.
Dramatic.
He'll want more than that. Bubba.
Okay, that's cool. All right. So I take back what I said about.
Giving us
That's
a total
awesome.
of 8 seizures yielding 200,000 credits, 75 restricted.
Hey, there's Lonnie, the spy.
We? Who's the we at this buffet of rebel plunder?
Buffet.
Sector, sir.
Thought he was going to say bouffant.
I notice you've taken an interest in this seizure.
The weapons, sir. There are some pieces that appear to have come from the Axis supply chain.
Have we nothing more definitive?
No, sir. Not yet.
Not yet?
I love this.
What we squeeze from these arrests that matter. Hardly the tempo required for effective counterinsurgents.
It's disappointing on many levels. I see a variety of causes.
Pick one!
That's Lonnie, the spy.
Supervisor Young raises a serious issue. The problem is not unknown to me. Colonel Yularen and myself
Yularen.
scheduled with the Emperor to discuss amplifying our intake.
Oh, said Emperor Thunder. Unlimited power. Let's go.
Let's get to work.
Awesome.
You've had that 10 days?
It's my desk now, Dedra.
Do you really think I care about how it happens? Andor must be found. You can have all the glory.
Has it ever crossed your mind that Partagas put me on Axis because I don't seek glory?
Well, you've given me a lot to think about. My door is open.
Interesting. Poor Lonnie. Oh, there she is.
Yeah, after the wedding.
That's awesome.
It's a year later.
The POI.
It's the Senate building.
Are we finding criminals or making them?
Why? Why this? Why that? I can't support the bill because our country is chafing the Emperor. But and why Gorman is being persecuted so intently are questions no one seems prepared to answer.
We can all gain the numbers, Mom.
Those are awesome.
If we do not stand together, we will be crushed. I am close on the votes.
That's not what I hear.
Look at just the conviction numbers we're allowed to see in the...
Not making any progress.
I am constantly begging my people to stay calm and do nothing that might make things worse. Voting against the Emperor right now would be a total violation of that request. Gorman cannot take the risk. I'm sorry, Mom.
It's always a losing battle in the Senate with Emperor in control. Oh, is Lonnie gonna go meet Luthen? Yep, sweet.
Oh.
Can we get another monologue?
Whoa, what the hell? Ah!
Sweet blaster.
That is one nerdy dude.
But he's a spy.
You asked two questions. One answers the other.
Spit it out.
Dedra is running Gorman. I doubt there's 3 people in the building that know what I've just told you.
All the propaganda.
That can't be ISB, it's too slick. That's outside help.
Miro. Why, she's a hunter, not a spin doctor. Smear campaign is an opening move, not an end game. I need the end game.
I'm trying.
Are you sure of this? I can't wait another 3 months, Lonnie. There's too much going on.
You used to tell me to wait.
Those days are gone.
Yes.
We'll be standing by.
Man, Lonnie's in a tough spot. I hate that he's in a tough. He is on the inside.
Les trains résistent. Et si, Semoun. La bénage Tumpor, la bénage Tordé, la Garte, sous Viscarel, Résine, Minas Robicor.
This is the insurgency that Dedra wanted to start.
Galten Creux, Dim, et Dordigna, and Deb.
Something tells me that wasn't a kind gesture.
It was almost like a flip off.
Yep.
Yep.
She lost her family in the Tarkin massacre. There was a promise.
Tarkin massacre.
How are you? Her name is Enza. Cyril. He's an Imperial spy. Be careful.
It's not funny. True, is it?
No.
at the Bureau
It's
standard.
funny that he said that, because he is.
It might be helpful to have your advice. There must be some way to make our appeals more effective.
I'm not sure that's allowed.
We're drowning in rumors, Cyril. Many people are starting to think this new building is more than just an annex. I'm not sure why the Empire would build an armory in the middle of Palma, but I'm running out of answers.
Well, I have nothing to do with the annex.
You must have seen the floor plans.
Classified.
Certainly lends weight to the rumors.
I wouldn't know.
16 years ago, Grand Moff
Dark and sweet.
killed 500 peaceful, unarmed Gormans in the middle of that plaza. You can imagine how upset we would be to find out there's an Imperial military facility rising over the monument to the
It's a reference to the actual Gorman massacre from the EU.
Maybe we can do some good together. Donash Badarinex.
Dorinex.
Got a lot of
She's up again.
cloak and dagger stuff going on in this one.
Have a look. It's flashy.
Just come back.
It's a mission. Yep.
Ever been to Gorman?
There's the title.
I need an assessment.
Of what?
Of who? Kara Rylance. Businessman, city official.
He has no idea Cyril is there. Oh, wow.
And Vix?
No, not this time. No, you have to go alone.
I have to think about that.
Think about this. Think about the Empire choking Gorman so hard that even Kara Rylance gets off his comfortable ass to do something.
Huh.
Vix will be fine.
You don't know that.
And I haven't said yes.
Oh, Dakar. That's where the Resistance base is in The Last Jedi and Force Awakens. Awesome.
Pretty.
That's a tie-in to the sequel trilogy that I didn't expect. Oh, that's where Saw Gerrera is.
Are we gonna see him?
Oh yeah, we just saw tubes. There's Will.
Oh, so he's with. You think he's with Saw?
Looks like it. Or did he get captured? Or he went there.
Oh wait,
Yeah,
there's Saw right there.
He went there. Saw doesn't trust people, so let's see how this goes.
Yeah, he didn't look like he trusts him.
What does he have?
Look at you. Your loveliness. How I've dreamt of this. Is she healthy?
Yes.
Everything's here. All the tools. Full kit. Think of it, comrades. Fuel on demand. All the Rhino that you can steal. Has it been tested?
It works.
Who taught you this?
Here gets Saw.
Why is that important?
Why? What's more dangerous than Redonium? How many old pipe poachers out there? How many who've lived to tell the tale? Who taught you this?
I'm here to teach the variations. More than that, I'm not allowed to say.
Look at this.
Look at this.
A brave one!
Be cool if we saw Jin.
But how brave?
She's already gone at this point, I would think.
You think?
Yeah.
Maybe you're like me. Maybe you love the smell of it. And maybe you breathe just a little too
40.
We'll be alright.
deeply.
Did you see me jump?
And he's right
I
when
heard a shock in my headphones.
I did too. I did too.
Saw
that was
speaking.
right out there.
Yeah.
I heard it.
We're gonna finish this and be done.
Man, did it hit something outside of
Boom.
ours?
Boom.
Boom.
Gee.
What do they call you?
Will.
Woman.
Wilman. Wilman, the boy. You ever done this for real? Or just in a classroom?
I've done it. Never alone, but I've done it. Twice.
And you're still alive? Pluty! Pluty! This is Pluty. Smarter than he looks. He'll be your student.
Which variation? We should concentrate on the station you're planning to hit.
Wow.
You know where we're going when I tell you.
Well, I need to leave tomorrow.
Really? Is that what you need?
There was an agreement. This was negotiated.
Shut up, Kika. Find him a place to sleep. You're here till I get what I need.
Interesting. Saw's an extreme bunch. That's cool they're on Dakar. Stop! It won't work. That's how the episode... Oh, so that's how the episode's gonna end.
I guess that means he's gonna...
He's going.
Yeah.
He doesn't... Cyril still has a thing out. He still wants to... Back of his mind, Andor. That's how this whole thing started with him.
Mm-hmm.
So if he sees him, it's gonna be crazy.
What does she have?
I don't know.
Oh no.
Is it a drug?
I don't know, but it's not good. But why? What was that she did?
Yeah. Check out the next episode to see
I
what
hope
it is.
she's not doing drugs.
Well, she did something.
Yeah.
This was a very complicated episode.
And you're right, that was dark.
Yeah, this was you're right. It definitely was. This is a very complicated episode with the workings between Cyril and Dedra on Gorman. They're trying to get Gorman to push too hard so that the Empire can go in and do what they do without making it look like the Empire caused a lot of unnecessary deaths to get that calcite. That's the whole thing that they're trying to do on Gorman, is cause an insurgency so they can justify their occupation of the planet with the travesty that will happen when they take that calcite. Do you remember the meeting that they had where they said if we do that, there's going to be...
Yes.
So that's what they're trying to accomplish there. Seeing Will deliver that fuel device to Saw was pretty cool on Dakar. I love that.
Yeah.
Saw is always so paranoid.
Skeptical about everybody.
Yeah, very slow, very typical of season 1 of Andor. Very slow burn, but very rich in dialogue and tension. And the tension was definitely tension's definitely in this episode. So very cool. I enjoyed it.
One thing about Andor and Bix, they're very serious.
Very much so.
Their personalities are very serious.
Yeah, and they both have reason to be.
Yeah.
And they're
it's their past.
And they're in a very serious situation, obviously, and we're gonna have to see what happened with Bix there. I think she's just taking something to
calm her down.
Yeah, I don't know what it was.
Help her sleep, or
well, I think it's
so
when she took it, something happened when she took it.
Yes.
Something happened. Her eyes kind of glazed over, and something happened. Yeah. So
like in Star Wars, like their form of alcohol or something like that.
It's not good. He's like,
He's like, obviously.
I know. Okay, do you have any thoughts? No. You didn't like that episode? You can be honest.
It was okay.
It's not your kind of episode.
It's a little slow, huh?
So the one thing I'll just say is this, and I know there's a variety of opinions on this subject, so I'm just going to say it this way. There's a lot of things in this show, it was like that in season 1, and certainly was a lot of it in this episode, that are not specific to Star Wars. A lot of Earthbound stuff. You know, the way that they were making dinner, the grocery store,
That's what we just talked about too.
Yeah.
And beforehand.
Right. The real world
real people.
isms.
Yeah.
And it certainly does cause, you know, if you're, I'm an original trilogy. I grew up with the original trilogy, and you just didn't, George had a very specific way that he presented Star Wars and saw Star Wars. Like, there's no buttons on shirts. There's all kinds of things that he was he wanted it to be as far as possible from being, now certainly it's going to be Earthbound because they're speaking English and they're still living lives. It's impossible to make something without having that Earthbound stuff in the movies. But there was certainly a theme that George put in place, and this show doesn't necessarily always stride with that theme. and that
Yeah.
feel of Star Wars. There's a lot of things. Ooh, that looks like something you'd find on, in our kitchen downstairs.
But
or
I think
whatever.
that's what makes it
I don't
better.
I don't take an issue with it. A lot of people like it. I'm not a huge fan of it, but because the story is so good, and I know that we're in the Star Wars universe, I just go with it. And
It still seems like Star Wars to me.
Oh, 1,000%. No.
It seems more like Earth, like futuristic.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
Like not like the here and now.
The vision that's being presented is definitely different than George's vision of how things are in Star Wars, in the Star Wars galaxy.
Kind of like a Jetsons. The
Oh, I
George
see that.
Jetsons
Yeah, I
or-
definitely see that.
Jetsons.
Yeah.
No,
And-
I was gonna sing the Flintstones, and that wasn't right.
No, that's old. That's
I
well.
can sing
that-
the Jetsons.
Not the Flintstones, the Jetsons.
The Jetsons.
No, that's
No, that's the
Flintstones. That's what I
Flintstones.
was trying to sing too.
Wow.
I was like, Flintstones. Meet the Flintstones. And I'm
It's
like, wait,
a
no,
yabba dabba
Jetsons.
do time.
we
I don't
are-
even know the Jetsons songs.
We are very
It's
confused.
before my
George
time.
Jetson.
Yeah.
There it is.
That's it. Yeah.
His wife, Wilma.
I was gonna say Wilma's.
Wilma's Flintstones.
His wife.
Are you getting all this? One thing that Tony Gilroy, the showrunner of the show, has certainly implied was a lot of the Russian Revolution stuff, and there's definitely that kind of feel
yes.
in this show. Especially, I think a lot in this episode was in there. And Star Wars has always gone back to World War II and Nazi Germany and all that stuff with the Imperials, and it's very interesting the take that Tony Gilroy has on a lot of the stuff that he's presenting
Yes.
in this show, and I think it's cool. I love the story, and the main thing for me that I'll always keep it to is this is a story of a birth of a full-blown rebel alliance going up against an evil galactic empire that we see take place in the original trilogy movies, and I love that. So,
Yeah.
backstory,
Same.
good stuff. So, thank you for watching this reaction. Be sure to subscribe, leave your comments down below, give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this reaction. May the Force be with you, and we'll see you next time.